And good afternoon, everybody, and welcome here to Auto Club Speedway as we get ready for the running of the Royal Purple 300, race number 5 of Season 6 of the Mobil1 Cup Series, a 25-lap event getting ready to be run here. And look who's on the pole for the third time this season, holding poles at Daytona, last week at Altoona, and now this week here at Auto Club. Man, they have a really fast 25 whenever they come to qualifying. Matthew Daly, the rookie, sits on his third pole of the season. Man, he has got one fast car. He just has not been able to get that car to victory lane. Almost did last week at Altoona, and finishing 30. He's 19th in points. Currently, I believe he is 6th in rookie standings. So he's got an opportunity for another good finish here today with a stellar qualifying run. Alongside of him, our winner from Phoenix, that's Dylan Poteet. Poteet comes in 10th in the standings right now. Right behind him is where we find Mason Wood, who comes in as the current points leader by 4 points over rookie points leader Stephen Pollard III, so he's got himself a good qualifying spot. Sean Galligan, our defending Mobil1 Cup Series champion, he is 4th in the standings, and he will start 4th here today. He, of course, won at Daytona. He'd love to pick up his second win of the season. And then rounding out the top 5, the driver we said came in 4 points behind Mason Wood. That's Stephen Pollard III. So Mason Wood, Stephen Pollard III keeping close tabs with each other here in the start of this event, as both of them will start inside the top 5. Pretty much we saw in our race yesterday in the Truck Series event that it's not where you start, it's where you finish. James McLeod ended up coming from out of absolutely nowhere to capture his second Truck Series win in a row. We'll see what the case will be here today with these drivers, see if anybody may be able to go to victory lane for the second time this season. Maybe Poteet, maybe Galligan, maybe Richard Johnson. You never know. We're going to find out the answer to those questions very soon. It's time to get these cars rolling off. They'll complete a couple pace ups while they do. We'll show you the starting lineup, and we have here brand new starting grid music. I love this soundtrack. Hope you guys will enjoy it too, as we will now show you the 42 starters for today's Royal Purple 300 at Auto Club Speedway here in Fontana, California. Ready to go under the green flag, and I want to mention that with this being race number 5 here at Auto Club, this is the point when I look back to see who's been commenting, who hasn't. There are a few drivers in jeopardy of losing their rides next week if they do not comment on this race or previous Mobil1 Cup Series races that they have not already commented on. You can look down below in the description. There's a list there of the drivers that are in jeopardy of maybe not being in the Mobil1 Cup Series after we leave the Auto Club Speedway race weekend. So be sure and check that out. The list is down there in the description. If your name's not on that list, you're still good to go, but just be sure you comment still on this race and the races in the future. But here we go. 25 laps ready to be won. The 25 is on the pole, and the green flag is now waving. Look at Carson Gum and Sean Galligan making it in immediately 4 wide by moving all the way up to the high side. That didn't take long at all. Oh man, Carson Gum just barely squeezing in front of Ralph Mason. And there was some contact there between Mason Wood and Dylan Poteet heading into the first corner. Fortunately, they didn't bounce off each other, and we're still green flag racing, but there were quite a few near misses there, even right at the drop of the green flag. As here's Mason Wood all over the back bumper of Matthew Daly. The points leader would love to be able to extend his points lead by getting the victory here today, and here he comes down to the bottom. Mason Wood in the number 4. That 4 team had a lot of tough luck last season with Haruri Tsuchimi behind the wheel. This season having a great season for that Chevy Camaro team, and he is going to lead that lap, and he's going to take the lead for good into turn number 1. But Matthew Daly right there right behind him in second, and look at Stephen Pollard III. You can bet wherever you'll see the 4 car, you'll see the 55, and oh, we're slowing down. I think the caution's out. First time today the cautions come out. That didn't take very long. Oh my goodness, Dylan Poteet has just hit the entrance to the pit road wall. Oh my. I don't know if he got turned down there or not. And his Tweenix Racing teammate, Sean Henley, was involved as well. So both the Tweenix Racing cars have brought out the first caution. Richard Johnson, our winner from a couple weeks ago at Las Vegas, he may have gotten some damage. I don't know if he was involved in whatever this incident was. Tryphon Reed apparently has a little bit of damage on the hood. And oh, we got some pit stops going on here. And a few drivers are staying out. I saw Finn Guy. I saw Sosnoski staying out. There is Daniel Day staying out. William Duncan is going to stay out. Danica Shirley looked like she was going to remain on the racetrack. Ralph Mason staying out. It looks like everybody else is coming in, so why don't we jump to our pit road camera here. There's Poteet still sitting idle on pit road. I'll see if I can tell who the drivers are that stayed out if they pass by on the high side there. William Duncan, Daniel Day, Ralph Mason. Looked like Eric Burton also stayed out, along with Danica Shirley, Jeffrey Finguy, and Kyle Sosnoski. There's Matthew Daly pulling into his pit stall. Gas and go for all these guys. Daly's gone. Mason Wood, Bob Jones, Klein, Dylan Young. Everybody with gas and go here. I don't think anybody ended up taking any tires whatsoever, so maybe, just maybe it's got them to their fuel strategy window, and there go 4 wide off pit road. My word. That was crazy. 4 wide off the pit lane. That was amazing. Just shows you how spacious, I guess, pit road is for these guys, regardless of the fact that wall is separating pit road from the track. But nonetheless, there's Matthew Daly. He was the first of the drivers to pit. Looks like about 7 drivers decided to stay out. William Duncan is now the new leader. Let's jump back now and take a look at what brought us under the first caution of the day here. Both Tweenix cars look like they may be done for the day. Well, this was just a crazy 4-wide situation here, and I think the contact starts there between Adam Chambers and the car he drove last season, William Duncan. Contact's going to be made again, and Chambers going to go up into Sean Henley. Carson Gum nowhere to go, and Dylan Poteet just taking along for the ride as well. Well, you know, it's very difficult when you're in a 4-wide situation like that, at high speeds, a track that's got the hot temperatures and is very slick in the corners, to be able to keep it together. But they were trying and just did not succeed, and there you see 4 drivers getting some pretty extensive damage. Henley, we have been told, is actually retired from the race. Poteet, I actually think, could have continued on, but we're going to keep our camera here on the Mountain Dew Chevy Camaro, because something here, I don't know if he gets turned into the pit wall or if he just drives in the pit wall. I don't know what the case is here. We're going to fast forward just a little bit. Oh, Henley and Poteet, they're going to get together again. I don't know what that was about. Then Poteet spins it around, drives forward, and drives it right into the pit wall. I'm not certain if he was maybe, when he got spun by Sean Henley, maybe he got disoriented and got dizzy and didn't know where he was going, or what the case was. But nonetheless, his vision apparently wasn't too good, because he drove straight into that pit wall, and so now he and his teammate Sean Henley are both out of the race, and I still am not sure what the contact was there between the 69 and the 17 after leaving the incident there. Adam Chambers may have also retired from this race. We're going to update everything here as we head back to Green Flag Racing. Green Flag going to come back out here on lap 6 of 25. William Duncan, Daniel Day, Ralph Mason, Eric Burton, Jeffrey Finguy, Danica Shirley, and Kyle Sosnoski all stayed out. Everybody else pitted. We'll have to see if there's going to be any difference as far as if this thing goes into a long green flag run of these drivers maybe having to pit about 2 or 3 laps earlier than the rest of the field. Drivers out after the incident that just happened. As figured, those 3 drivers that I thought we were going to retire, they have retired. Sean Henley, Adam Chambers, and Dylan Poteet. Not the way they wanted to start off this race weekend here in the Mobil1 Cup Series, but alas, that's the case. We gave you the top 7 that stayed out. 8th place could be Matthew Daly, Mason Wood in 9th, and Stephen Pollard III is 10th. Bob Jones 11th, Hayden Klein 12th. 13th place is going to be Dylan Young. 14th, Austin LaPlante. Aaron Williams Jr. is in 15th. 16th is Sky Commons, who is 3rd in points, so now he's made his debut up here into the top 20 today. Charles Jackson in 17th. There's Sean Galligan. He slipped all the way back to 18th. He may have actually taken some tires there. I don't know for certain. It looked like he had a little bit slower of a stop than everybody else, so he may have ended up taking a few tires on the right side. 19th is James Qualls, and Jake Williams runs in 20th. James Silverfox is 21st, 22nd, Megan Atkins, 23rd, Emilio Navrat, then is Trent Dunham, and Charles Sanford. That is the top 25. As we go back up here to the front, and the Dodge pace car going to peel off pit road. Here we go, getting ready to go back to Green Flag Racing. William Duncan with the U-Haul sponsorship on his Ford Mustang this week, and the green flag is waving. We are back underway. Daniel Day going to look to the high side there. Remember, you can pass on the high side coming down to the green flag, but not low. But now Daniel Day does the crossover move. Now he has the opportunity to pass low, and he's going to go down to the bottom. He's going to go to the front. Daniel Day, our winner back at Phoenix. No, he wasn't either. I'm sorry. He was our winner at Las Vegas. I think I mixed it up. Richard Johnson was actually our winner at Altoona. Daniel Day was our winner at Las Vegas, but Daniel Day just got moved out of the way. Jeffrey Finguy now going to go down to the extreme bottom, and he's going to go to the inside of Eric Burton, drag racing it to the line. Finguy will lead that lap. As they continue to race behind them there. Ralph Mason looking to the inside, maybe through wide on Sosnoski. Yes, he is. Sosnoski could get moved in the middle groove. Eric Burton had to bail out of the throttle there. His car slid up quite a bit there. Zanika Shirley going to stick it in the middle between himself and I couldn't tell who that was. Oh, man, they're awfully close back there. Daniel Day trying to squeeze his way into there. That's not going to work, Daniel. That's not going to work, Daniel. Oh, I called it. I called it. Daniel Day, Eric Burton, they are into the wall. Oh, Eric just barely almost clipped Sean Galligan. We nearly had another wreck. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. They're backing up here. They're backing up. But they all got around the 54 of Eric Burton. That was close. We nearly just had a wreck and a follow-up wreck. Finguy's the leader under the caution. There is Daniel Day. Oh, man, 12th in points. 5th in rookie standings. And that was not exactly how he wanted to end his day here today. And Eric Burton was actually 13th in points, too. So both these drivers really did not need this to happen to them. And, oh, my goodness. And I you know, it really was a risky move there on the part of Daniel Day, but sometimes when you're a rookie, it's the ultimate risk reward, and he just really squeezed his car into a teeny tiny little space, went 4 wide, and I just knew that something was going to happen there in turn 3. But Jeffrey Finguy is going to be the leader under this, our second caution. Matthew Daly is second, Ralph Mason third, Stephen Pollard third is fourth, and William Duncan slipped back to fifth. Let's take a look at a replay, a slow motion version of what just went down between the 54 of Eric Burton and the 66 of Daniel Day. Okay, I'm starting it way back here coming out of turn number 2 because I want you to see how I thought this was going to happen. Right there, Eric Burton, he had already gotten loose in turn 2. Slid up the racetrack. And look at this tiny little space. Look at how Daniel Day is able to squeeze right between Danica Shirley and Eric Burton. There is very little space between himself and the 54 and the 3. You probably would just barely be able to fit a sheet of paper between the 3 of them. And look at this. You just had to know this was awfully tight heading into turn 3. And when we've seen these cars sliding up in the turns, that's just way too close for them to be able to keep it together. And you're going to see here, right here, there was no contact between the 3 and the 66, I don't believe. Just the 66 slides up in the corner. The 54 is already there. They're going to keep going up, 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 and finally meet the outside retaining wall. That is a tough break for both those drivers who are running inside the top 10 at the moment of that incident. Former winner there in Daniel Day and Eric Burton, both of them, as I said, coming inside the top 15 in the standings. And watch the left side of your screen here. I thought we were going to have a follow-up wreck. Eric Burton comes down, just clips the right rear of Sean Galligan. And how Galligan did not go straight up into the wall, I am not certain. But what a great save there by the 64 who fishtailed it in the middle of turns 3 and 4. But there is Daniel Day. His day is obviously over. As you can see the black smoke erupting, that's a fatal sign, meaning they will not be able to get that car back on the racetrack. Eric Burton, don't know if he's going to be able to continue or not, but both these drivers had a lot to lose today, coming in running so well in the standings. Let's go back to live action. Green flag going to come back out on lap 24 of 25, and then once we get the green flag and hit the back straightaway, we'll have hit the halfway point in today's event. Already we have worked 2 caution flags. As a result of those cautions, Daniel Day, Sean Henley, make that to Adam Chambers, and Dylan Poteet have all gone behind the wall. Eric Burton, who was involved in that caution with Daniel Day, they've gotten that car repaired, returned him to the racetrack, still on the lead lap. Now, it's interesting. I was almost wondering if maybe these drivers that did not come down, these 7 drivers who didn't come down under the first caution, to top off the fuel tanks if they might come down under this caution. It was not the case, though. They decided not to give up the track position. They are still out there. Nobody came down pit road this time, with the exception of those 2 damaged race cars. So this is the way they'll line up for the restart. Jeffrey Finguy is out in front. Matthew Daly, the pole sitter, is in second. Ralph Mason is in third. Stephen Pollard, the third, is in fourth. Fifth is William Duncan. Sixth is Danica Shirley. Kyle Sosnoski, seventh. Eighth is Austin LaPlante. Sky Commons, ninth. And Hayden Klein is in 10th. 11th is Bob Jones. Charles Jackson, 12th. 13th place is Dylan Young. 14th, James Silverfox. 15th is Darren Williams Jr. For the first time today, Mason Wood is way outside of the top 10 and 16th. Right now, we are being shown that Stephen Pollard III would currently be the points leader at this moment in time. 17th place could be Jake Williams. Megan Atkins is in 18th. 19th, James Qualls. And Joshua Collard has now moved his way up into the top 20. So Jeffrey Finguy trying to pick up what would be his first Mobil 1 Cup Series victory of the season. Had a real dismal season with the 11 team last year in Season 5. Looking for a better season in Season 6 as the green flag is back out. Jeffrey Finguy currently finds himself in the 25th position in points. It's a little bit better than where he was last season, but he would love to be able to pick up a victory. And here comes Stephen Pollard III. Now Pollard realizes that he is ahead of Mason Wood right now in the standings, so he wants to keep his car out in front as much as possible. Maybe pick up the win here and maybe extend a points lead and be the new points leader here in the Mobil 1 Cup Series. They are 3x3, 2 rows deep. William Duncan now going to go to the low line. He's going to go back to the front. Danica Shirley right behind him. Now keep in mind, William Duncan, Ralph Mason, Danica Shirley, Jeffrey Finguy, those guys decided not to come down pit road 3 laps after the green flag came out to start this race. So they are off a pit sequence with the rest of the field. And oh, was there caution back there? I thought I heard some scraping. I don't know, but they're going to go 3 wide for the lead. No, it's going to be Ralph Mason instead, going down to the bottom. Danica was not able to make the move. I'm looking to see if there are any yellow lights on. No, they're still green flag racing, so I must have been just hearing things. Oh man, something back there I think just happened. Yep, something did. Turn 3's been a real headache for these guys today, and Ralph Mason is going to be the leader here now under the caution flag. Mason was a 2-time winner last season and a Mobil 1 Cup Series championship contender, and past the halfway point, Ralph Mason will be the leader under caution. Let's see who was involved in this one. Oh, it was James Silverfox in the 31. He came in 14th in points. So, man, I'll tell you, these drivers that are running well in points, they're being targeted today by Auto Club, and Silverfox is out of the race. Oh, no, Jeffrey Finguy, who led us to that restart, he is involved as well. Oh, and the pole sitter, Matthew Daly, was in it as well. Oh, my goodness. Oh, Richard Johnson, our winner last week at Altoona, he's been involved. Oh, my goodness. Like I said just a moment ago, Auto Club Speedway is targeting the drivers who are coming in with good momentum. And Ralph Mason is the leader under the caution. We've got to look back at this. At least 4 drivers involved in this incident. A couple of them coming in running really well in points. 6th place was Richard Johnson. 14th place was James Silverfox, and Matthew Daly was 19th in points. All of them involved in this, and we're going to take a look now at a replay of our 3rd caution of the day. More drivers taking hard licks here at Auto Club Speedway. Here it was, headed into turn 3 once again, and again they were 4 wide. This time Hayden Klein, James Silverfox, Matthew Daly, and Jeffrey Finguy, and this is just about as close as it was when Daniel Day tried to squeeze his car between Danica Shirley and Eric Burton. The end result, though, a lot more drivers going to get involved and damaged here. Look at this. Yep. Silverfox slides up into Matthew Daly, who in turn slides up into Jeffrey Finguy, and then the hits come, and oh man, completely right off the spur of the moment, flips the One Main Financial Toyota over onto his roof, onto his side. He rides the outside retaining wall with the undercarriage of his car. Oh wow, slides right into Matthew Daly. And then I'm trying to find where Richard Johnson comes into all this. Oh, up ahead, something with Tryphon Reed in the 12. Oh my goodness, what happened to these guys? Oh, okay, here's what happened here. After that incident took place, I think it was Joshua Michaels and Danny Wells. They were on the apron. Michaels tries to come back up. He runs into the back of Anthony McCrory. He then comes up into Danny Wells, up into Seth Cole, up into Tryphon Reed, and then watch the 28 of Richard Johnson. Nowhere to go. T-bones the Ford Mustang number 12 of Tryphon Reed. So we not only had that incident there with Matthew Daly, Jeffrey Finguy, and James Silverfox, but then these guys all got together in a wreck in turn 4 when they were trying to avoid. Danny Wells there, Reed, Johnson, Seth Cole did get a piece of it, and I think there was another driver. Oh yeah, Joshua Michaels in the 6th getting involved as well. Anthony McCurry also now has some rear end damage after he got ran into the back of by the 6 of Michaels. So we had a lot more drivers involved in this than I originally thought. A wreck in turn 3 and then a follow-up wreck coming out of turn 4, taking out yet another good amount of drivers that were running really well in the standings. Let's jump back to live action. Get ready, go back to green flag racing. We'll have a total of 8 laps to go when the green flag does come out. Ralph Mason currently leading here on lap 17 of 25. And just to give you an idea of how this track has been targeting drivers who are running well in the point standings, well, let me give you a little bit of an example. Richard Johnson's out of the race in 35th. He came into this race 6th in the standings. Jeffrey Finguy, he's out of the race. He was currently running 25th in points. Then you got Matthew Daly, 19th coming into this race in points. He's going to retire in 37th. James Silverfox will retire in 38th. He came in 14th in points. Daniel Day, he retires in 39th. He came in 12th in points. Sean Henley, he was coming into this race not doing quite as well as these other drivers. He was 23rd in points, but he retired in 40th. Adam Chambers also not doing quite as well as the other drivers. He was 36th in points. He finished 41st, but Dylan Poteet finished in 42nd, dead last, and he came in 10th in points. So lots of drivers who have been running really well in the point standings, really hitting some hard licks here at Auto Club, and this could really shake up the point standings once again here in the Mobil1 Cup Series. Ralph Mason's the leader. Wolfgang Mason, what am I talking about? William Duncan is in 2nd. Austin LaPlante 3rd. 4th place Dylan Young. Kyle Sosnoski is in 5th. Hayden Klein 6th. Danica Shirley in 7th. 8th Sky Commons. 9th Stephen Pollard to 3rd. And Bob Jones is currently in 10th. The rest of the top 15 are Megan Atkins, Charles Jackson, Mason Wood, Jake Williams, and Joshua Collard, the top 15, as the green flag's going to get ready to come back out here. Now remember, we still got to remember here that a lot of drivers, with the exception of 7, came down pit road on lap 3 to top off the fuel tanks. I don't know if these guys can make it the full 25 laps on one tank of fuel, but a couple of these guys have been able to remain out in front here, up at the front of the field, that did not come down pit road under that first caution. Mason is one of them, William Duncan another, and Kyle Sosnoski in the 32 is another driver as well. So I don't know if maybe they have been able to save fuel under the cautions, or if they are going to have to pit with only a few laps remaining. But regardless, we're certainly going to be in for one wild finish here at Auto Club, if indeed we race it under green. We've been under the caution flag quite a bit today. A lot of different incidents taking place up in turn 3. We've been able to fit in about 2 or 3 green flag laps in between, but the question is, though, with the amount of laps we run under the caution before we get back to green, this thing could end under the yellow flag. And so will these drivers try and do what James McLeod did in the Truck Series race, get up to the front as soon as possible, just in case that caution comes out and they can win the race under yellow? Here comes Kyle Sosnoski with that very thing on his mind, I'm sure. So he's going to look to the inside line on Ralph Mason. Meanwhile, they're 3 wide behind him. Well, they just settled it out a little bit there. Bob Jones, though, still 3 wide in the inside of Stephen Pollard III and Sky Commons. And I'll tell you what, there's quite a few drivers up here that are running well in points that are doing really well. Mason Wood, Stephen Pollard III, and Sky Commons, 1, 2, 3 in points, all up inside the top 15 right now, and up there racing hard. There you can see him right there. Let's jump back to him right now. There's Pollard. There's Mason Wood on his inside, and there's Sky Commons in 38 just a ways behind them. Look at Aaron Williams Jr. I don't think we've talked about the 5 for much of the day. Him or Joshua Collard, they've just now cracked inside the top 10. They're going to the inside of William Duncan. And look at also a few other drivers we haven't talked about. Megan Atkins, Bob Jones, Austin LaPlante all up here now inside the top 10. As Kyle Sosnoski leads the way, battle is on for second. 5 laps to go. They're keeping it clean and green so far. Maybe they can make it all the rest of the way. I would certainly like to see this thing end under the green flag. Bob Jones looks down to the inside line. Oh man, big run into turn 1. He's not only going to bypass Austin LaPlante for second, he's going to look to the bottom for the lead coming out of turn number 2 on Kyle Sosnoski. Big run for that 14, and he's going to go to the bottom. He is going to get the advantage, and he is going to clear Kyle Sosnoski just like that for the lead. Ralph Mason now trying to get the run off of 4. to try and get to the inside line. Here comes our Truck Series winner. James McLeod all of a sudden is up here. He just crossed the line in the 6th position, the X-Side Chevy Camaro. And man, if anybody needs a good run here in the Mobil1 Cup Series, it would definitely be this driver. He is currently 39th in the point standings. I've seen a lot of drivers actually up here that are running really bad in the Truck Series, or not in the Truck Series, the Mobil1 Cup Series, that are having good runs. 38th, 39th, 40th, and 41st. Atkins, McLeod, Collard, and Williams Jr. all have been up here at the front, really trying to get their season turned around. There's Eric Burton. Where is he at? I think he just entered into turn 1. The field exiting turn 4, so I don't think we're going to encounter the Eric Burton machine here in the closing stages of this race, but nonetheless, stranger things have happened, and Bob Jones is still the leader. Here comes Sean Galligan. 4th in points all of a sudden is back up here. Sean Galligan in the 64, the defending champ and our winner at Daytona, looking for his 2nd win of the season, and he is up here looming large in that number 64 Aspen Dental Toyota Camry. So he goes to the inside of James McLeod now. Here comes Mason Wood, the points leader. Don't count him out. He would love to be able to pick up his 1st win of the season and extend his points lead. Drag race to the line, 2 to go. Galligan by a few inches going to beat Bob Jones this time. We are still clean and green, and here comes Danica Shirley to the bottom. Looking 3 wide for 2nd under Mason Wood. Now right into the inside. Well, I thought she was going to maybe get a run on Galligan, but not going to be able to do it this time. Danica moves into 2nd. Mason now going to try and take 3rd from Mason Wood. It's Ralph Mason, Mason Wood. Got to get those Masons straight. And Joshua Collar is now into 5th place. Now they're 3 wide behind him. Sky Commons, Kyle Sosnoski, James McLeod shaking and baking it up. Meanwhile, here we go. White flag in the air. It's Galligan and Danica Shirley. They are 1-2. Will it be these two to settle it out? Ralph Mason trying to close in there. He's in 3rd. Here comes Danica to the inside. Danica Shirley down to the bottom. Looking for the lead. And she easily makes the pass on the 64. Danica Shirley trying to pick up her 2nd career NNSCRA victory, her 1st in her Mobil1 Cup Series career. She's cleared Galligan, opens about a car length between herself and the 64. Can Galligan get the run? Caution flag is out. Doesn't matter. We're still going to race it to the line. Sky Commons and Charles Jackson on the apron there coming through turn 3. But they keep it together. That's out of turn 4 for the final time. Danica Shirley at Auto Club Speedway will pick up her 1st career Mobil1 Cup Series victory. She wins the Royal Purple 300. Wow, perfectly timed by Danica Shirley. She made that pass on the last lap look easy. And she outduels the defending Mobil1 Cup Series champion for her 1st win of her Mobil1 Cup Series career and the 2nd of her NNSCRA career. Her only one before this came at Phoenix in the Truck Series last season. And what a great win right there. Sky Commons up there scraping the wall. Danica was scraping the wall too. I don't know what that's all about. Could be that the tire wear went down on those cars because they ran the full 25 laps without any tires being changed. But nonetheless, Danica Shirley, what a great victory for her today. And it's not like she didn't need this kind of a run either. 29th in the point standings coming into today's race. This is going to help really jumpstart her up through the standings, no doubt about that. I don't know what the caution actually came out for. Oh, it looks like it might have been for Tryphon Reed in the 12 car. But it did not change the outcome of this race. Danica Shirley was still going to win this thing because of that caution flag coming out on the white flag lap. So Danica Shirley, this race officially ends under caution, but Danica Shirley is going to be the winner of this race. Let's take a look at our official top 10 results. Sean Galligan, 4th in points, a great runner-up finish for him today. Ralph Mason, he stayed up inside the top 5 for a majority of the day after working that strategy of not coming down pit road to top off the fuel tanks. As a matter of fact, Danica Shirley was actually one of those 7 drivers as well that did that. But Mason gets 3rd. Sky Commons, great run for the guy who came in 3rd in points, 2nd in rookie standings. He's going to end up finishing 4th. Charles Sanford, 7th in points, going to come from out of nowhere to finish in 5th place. Joshua Collard was in 6th. Trent Dunham, great run in 7th. Kellen Wise in 8th. Kyle Sosnoski in 9th. And James McLeod, our Truck Series winner, going to finish today in 10th, but quite a few drivers we didn't even talk about today popping up into the top 10 for the finish of this event. Sanford in 5th, Dunham in 7th, Kellen Wise in 8th, so great runs for those drivers. Now, Sky Commons came in 6 points behind Mason Wood. In order for Mason Wood to still have the points lead, he would have to currently have finished this race in the 11th position or better, and he finished in 11th place. I'm not certain If he's going to still be the points leader or if Sky Commons may get him by 1 point, I don't know. It's going to be really, really close, though. No doubt about that. But I do believe Sky Commons is going to be the new rookie points leader because of Stephen Pollard III finishing all the way back in, oh my goodness, where in the world did he finish? Back in 25th place. He must have really slipped back through the field. But nonetheless, this race is over, and the winner of this race is rookie Danica Shirley. What a great win for her. Hope you guys enjoyed this race. If you did, be sure to give the video a like, subscribe, become part of the crew today. Here comes your official finishing results, your overall point standings, and rookie points heading into next week. I'm not certain where we're headed, but I think I know. We're going to have to find out in the future. I got to run a little bit of testing, see if we are indeed going to go to this place, but I can give you a hint. If it is going to be where I'm thinking we're going, it will be our first road course race of the season, so be staying tuned for that. If you guys want to get some updates on where we're going to be heading next or different things that are going on, be sure to follow me on Twitter. I post a lot of stuff over there on testing that I do at certain tracks, or whether I've got races that are going to be coming out at certain points. So if you want to follow me on Twitter and find out those updates, be sure to do that. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the race. Was glad to bring it to you. We'll see you guys next time. We got a Snickers Cup Series race coming up here as well. We'll see who's going to be able to come out on top there. But nonetheless, guys, thanks for watching. You've been watching Ducks of the NNSCRA, offline racing at its best. See you guys next time.